Hey, what's up, Superchargers, and welcome to Module 4. In Module 4, we're actually starting the tune-up process, and we're going to actually start repairing your O2 sensors. And what I mean by this and repairing your O2 sensors is you have been eating a diet that has been creating oxidative stress inside your body. And just like our bodies is just like a car. When it started getting under that oxidative stress, it started creating rust. And so in that rust, it's starting to make it harder for us to breathe. So if you're having difficulty when it comes to just climbing up a flight of stairs, or if you're just out of breath naturally from just doing basic walking, this could be the reason why. But more importantly, this oxidative stress that you have been eating inside your body that's creating this rust, it's just like rust. If you ever seen rust on a car, like you have to really get it out, because it just starts eating away on the inside. And what the rust actually is doing is starting to create little pocket-like holes inside our bodies. And in these pocket little holes is where we're getting our malnutrition. This is also where we're having issues with losing our weight, because everything that is inside the body that is creating dysfunction, and what I mean by dysfunction is creating chaos in there. Your body is not moving naturally like it's supposed to. It's not being able to move freely like it's supposed to. And think about your car. Whenever you have something wrong with your car, if there's something, if your air filter's clogged up, your car do not run as smoothly as it's supposed to. And so this is the exact same thing that is happening on the inside of the body. So before we get into the actual training, let's go ahead and switch to neutral. And so we're going to remember how we do 3 breaths. We take 3 seconds in, breathing in, hold it for 3 seconds, and we're going to release it for 6 seconds. And we're going to do this 3 times. So let's go ahead and switch into neutral. Ah, that feels great. One more time. And the last time. Ah, that feels great. Now we're in neutral. Let's go ahead and start getting into the training. So as I told you that you're eating a diet that is creating oxidative stress in your body, and that oxidative stress is just like rust on your car. So this actually comes from eating an animal-rich diet, and you may not be knowing of this because you're eating a high animal protein diet. Now, one of the things that comes in there's 2 things that come in a high animal protein diet. One is saturated fat, and remember, as we learned from the module 3, we don't want to keep eating the fat, so we want to cut down on the fats. And the second thing that is in animal protein that we're not aware of is iron. But it's not just any type of iron, it's heme iron. This heme iron is the actual rusting agent that creates oxidative stress in our body. And this is only found in animal protein. This is the problem between animal protein and plant protein. Animal protein has a rusting agent in it, and it's heme iron. And as we're eating this heme iron, it's just slowly creating rust in our bodies. And like I said, if you look at the rust, if you ever seen a car and it rust, first is this big cakey material on there, and then it starts turning into discoloration. Then before you know it, it starts creating holes all throughout the chassis of the body. And that is the same thing that we're doing as we're eating this heme iron each and every day, and we're just not doing anything to help get it out of our body. So now that we know what's the cause of this, let's start talking about the solution, because I believe in solutions. And Supercharge is about getting you the solutions to being able to lose weight. So to start getting rid of this rusting agent, it's not like a car where you can just go in, buffer it down, put on some anti-rust agent on there and clean it all up. We can't go inside our bodies and do that. So we have to fix it from the inside out. And the way to fix it from the body from the inside out is through what we eat. So you want to start eating a high antioxidant rich diet. And antioxidants are found in green leafy vegetables and fruits. Some of the best fruits to actually eat for high antioxidants are the ones with a lot of color. So we're talking about mangoes, we're talking about oranges, we're talking about blueberries, raspberries, gooseberries in the United States. All of these type of things are really great because they're high in antioxidants. Now, if you live in a place where, let's say, it's hard to get mangoes, don't worry about looking for mangoes. Look for the fruits that are growing locally in your area. If you're in an area where strawberries are more prevalent, eat all the strawberries you want. If you're in an area where it's blueberries, eat the blueberries. Now here's the beauty about this. You don't have to eat the berries fresh. You can get the berries frozen. So this is a way you can actually save money while you're doing this. Remember, like I told you, being supercharged is not about spending a lot of money. It's not about going out here buying all of these superfoods such as, oh, I need acai berry from the Andes Mountains. And funny story about that, I'm looking at the Andes Mountains right now as I'm doing this video from my patio. And I don't use acai berries here. They grow naturally here in South America in the Andes Mountains. I do not use them. And they're a lot more affordable here. So like what you're paying $20, $30 for in the United States, I pay like $7 here, and I still don't use them. And they're a great superfood. Yes, they're full of antioxidants, but I can buy berries and regular fruits and vegetables that I eat every day that is part of my food home. And this is why the food home is important in doing this supercharge. Because you don't have to spend stuff just because someone's telling you like, oh, this is the best thing for you. The best thing for you is going to be the thing that you can eat on a daily basis. Please hear me on that. The best thing for you is the thing that you can eat on a daily basis. So if that means strawberries, eat strawberries. If that means grapes, eat grapes. If it means blueberries, eat blueberries. If it means raspberries, eat raspberries. But what you can eat on a daily basis is the only thing that's going to get you the results that you want. So don't be out here chasing some goji berry. Don't go out here searching acai berries. These berries that grow in all these remote areas, these remote parts of the world, yes, they are great, but you do not have to use them, because here's the reality. You're not getting the same amount of antioxidants from acai berry that you're buying in the United States that I'm getting here. It's just fact, because I'm getting stuff that has been freshly grown, is probably grew less than 2 or 3 miles from my house, and it's been freshly picked, no chemicals, no processing. And you can't get that from the United States when things have to come like weeks and months of traveling, and they have to make sure they can package it a certain way so it can stay sustainable. So really think about that and start changing that narrative as if, oh, it's impossible for me to go and get healthy food. You can get all the healthy food right near your home in your local grocery store. And so please remember that, because that's very important, and make sure you get the fruits that you actually want to eat. Now, if you notice the supercharged smoothie, it has a lot of the fruits automatically in there, and I designed that specifically for you. So remember, the supercharged smoothie is not only to help make sure you get your daily recommended fiber, it's making sure you get more than that. You're getting all your protein you need for the day, but you're getting your antioxidants also. Like, that is why I specifically designed the supercharged smoothie for you, and that's why I recommend you do the supercharged smoothie. If you're starting out, start out with the supercharged smoothie. Even if you're just starting out, adding that to 1 time a day on top of what you're regularly eating, and then you're slowly moving the regular foods off. Because if you're doing the supercharged smoothie, it's going to be better than what you have been doing. And remember, like, the whole point of this program is you want to create a new normal. You want to create a new normal where weight loss is no longer an issue. So you want to make sure you're not going back to your old normal. And I do understand, like, yes, it can be hard sometimes, your habits and things like this. This is why this is a 2-step program of being supercharged. You're getting the training here, and you get the coaching that's going to go on the bi-weekly calls. You get the coaching that's in the Facebook group. You get the coaching where you can just ask questions and you can start doing everything. Because look, just because you watch this course, you're not going to just leave here and be like, oh, I'm plant-based, I know what to do. It's a time. It takes time. It takes struggle. And what I mean by struggle is, you're going to have to start identifying exactly the foods that you eat, because you're eating the wrong foods. And you're going to come up against a wall possibly where you're like, okay, I just don't know if this is right. And when you do come up against that wall, do your super breath, switch into neutral, calm down, and just focus on the now. And so I hope you really got some value from this module about the antioxidants, because this is very important. And if you're not familiar, if you still like a little skeptical and you're like, well, how much powerful is this if I'm getting out this heme iron out of my diet, this rust, this oxidation you're talking about? Using this tune-up right here, what I did, using the tune-up of repairing my O2 sensors. So just to let you know, I suffered from CPAP for like 5 years. No, actually it was about 8 years, I apologize. And I remember waking up in the night choking for air because I couldn't breathe. I had stopped breathing so much till I woke up and I was just and I thought I was going to die. And then when they finally did a sleep study on me, they woke me up halfway through the sleep study and they was like, Mr. Trainee, you can leave. They was like, and I was like, is it over? Is this normal? And they was like, you are one of the worst cases we have ever seen since we've been doing sleep studies. You need a CPAP machine right now. You stop breathing in your sleep over 100 times a minute. And I was terrified after that. So then I got the CPAP machine, and yes, I was doing great. My life improved a little bit, but my life also disimproved. My life also went a lot worse also. And what I mean by that is I started needing a machine to stay alive at night. I needed a machine to breathe for me at night. It was loud, it was obnoxious. My wife wasn't getting the proper sleep that she needed. I didn't feel comfortable sleeping in the bed with her as much anymore. If you use a CPAP machine, you know, like rolling over that machine, the cord is just tangling you up and it's just uncomfortable. And I thought that was going to be the rest of my life until I was like, wait a second. I discovered I was eating so much heme iron naturally in my diet. I discovered that heme iron was causing oxidation and rust inside my diet. And then I started seeing, okay, if I go on a high antioxidant rich diet, I can get rid of this oxidation and rust. And just maybe if I remove that rust and that oxidation from the heme iron, I would be able to breathe on my own again. And I went out on a limb. I didn't know anyone who's ever reversed sleep apnea. I never knew anyone who came off a CPAP machine that didn't die. So I was scared, but I tried it. And so I started doing the supercharged smoothies. I started doing it each and every day. I didn't just do it one day and hope for results. I did it each and every day of my life. And now we're looking at I've been doing this for 5 years now. We're looking at over 1,500 days, and I haven't used a CPAP machine in the last 2 years. So please hear me out on that. Like, this is how important this is. This is how much improvement you can possibly get if you commit to this each and every day. And this is why this is important. This is why you have to shift into neutral, so you can accept this new information, because the information you already have has not been suiting you to get to your goals. And now it's time to remember how I tell you the quote in module in the introduction from Bucky Fullmeister about the ignorant of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write. It will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And now it's time to unlearn the stuff that hasn't been suiting you, and it's time to relearn some new stuff that's going to start getting you to your goals. So I hope you got some value from this. I will see you in the next module. Your action step for today is get supercharged. Do your supercharged smoothie. Do your supercharged smoothie. And when you do your supercharged smoothie, go in the Facebook group and just post a picture of it with you and your smoothie and let me know how you like it. So stay supercharged, and I'll see you for the next module.